ABC 12 special presentation of Back to the Bricks is live from Flint. Now, here are your hosts, Angie Hendershot and Matt Franklin.
And welcome to ABC 12's special live coverage of Back to the Bricks. You are looking live at downtown Flint with the streets lined with gearheads, fans, lots of families.
And thank you so much for joining us as we celebrate the biggest festival dedicated to the love of cars. It's a very special year too. We're talking about 20 years, 20th anniversary for Back to the Bricks, and the rolling cruise continues along Saginaw Street in Genesee County. We're here at the mega site in Flint, right in the middle of it all.
Just some gorgeous cars out there tonight. We're showing you some live pictures of them from Flint to Grand Lake. Saginaw Street is the place to be to see these classic cars and all the hot rods. Love the muscle cars out there. ABC 12 bringing you all this special coverage from the mega site at Saginaw and Hemp Hill. And joining us today are ABC 12's Alyssa Irwin, Kevin Goff. They're going to take you up close and personal with some of these cars and share the remarkable stories behind these amazing rides.
Yeah, it's been a fun day, fun afternoon, hearing all the stories from people. Let's check it now with ABC 12's Alyssa Irwin to see who she's caught up with. Hi, Alyssa.
All right, Matt and Angie, we are having definitely a fun time out here. I mean, look at all of these different cars. We got Jeeps now. I mean, every single different color from every different age. Every year, it has been just definitely an experience that many here in Flint just enjoy everything about it. Yes, you can see those little ducks. They are handing those out for the Jeep crew. But again, many of these classic cars just have the best sound, just enjoying their time as it really now starts to tick up. It is so busy down this Saginaw Street. We're here live in Flint, bringing you all of that Back to the Brick stuff. And Matt and Angie, this is just a pretty cool experience, I'm not gonna lie. And it's just really fun to see everyone out here enjoying this beautiful weather, talking with all of their family, talking with their friends, and just really being out here for that 20th anniversary. You have lights, you have colors, and the sounds. I mean, those speak for yourself. One of them just revved up their engine. You have the music. So really, Back to the Bricks is definitely one of those things that you want to be at. We are bringing you live coverage this entire time as we continue to show you what this Back to the Bricks showcase is for the 20th year. Reporting live in Flint, this is Alyssa Irwin. Matt and Angie, back to you.
We got some of those ducks too, Alyssa.
Yeah, you can see all the Jeeps driving by, and a lot of times you see the Jeeps with all of their ducks in the window. They pass them on to fellow Jeep lovers, and they're actually shooting them out of an air gun.
Shooting them out of the air gun.
Fun, and it just a lot of fun. There were about 10. You can see them passing behind us right now.
Beautiful.
We're showing off your ducks.
We got one too.
So you just never know what you're going to see when you're out here.
Yeah, let's check it out with another classic car lover and lover of cars on the ABC 12 staff. Let's check it out with ABC 12's Kevin Goff.
Matt and Angie, what a fantastic night here. We've been showcasing American muscle, rat rods, classics. So now something a little different. This is a 73 VW, all original, has some kind of a vibe here of the beach, got the surfboard on top. And Gary Hognes, this is your vehicle. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it's 73 Standard Beetle, all original paint, all matching numbers. They're really hard to find like that. And I just love fun driving it.
Yeah, now, you know, all these like big engine, big transmissions, and this is something a little smaller, so you're not really looking for the muscle, you're looking for the experience, right?
Exactly. These are cars you drive. You don't lounge back with one finger on the steering wheel like the newer cars. You drive this car, and it's a nice experience. You get the feel of the road real quick.
And how long have you had it, and how much work have you done to it?
I bought it when I retired 10 years ago so I could have something to occupy myself with. And I just work on it all the time.
Yeah, and I know it's got a fairly small engine in it in the back, so it goes, what, about 75, 76 miles an hour tops?
Tops 70, 75. 75, you're really pushing it. You don't want to push them too hard.
All right, so it's not like all these cars that can go like 120, 130, 140. Or again, it's slow and steady and just enjoying the machinery, right?
Exactly. And everybody seems to get a kick out of it everywhere I go. So must be doing something right.
All right. Thank you so much for your time there. And we'll be back towards the bottom of the half hour with another look at more cars here at Back to the Bricks, live in Flint. Kevin Goff, ABC 12 News.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much. Coming up next, we're going to take a look back at the starting line to see how we got to be 20 years later. Coming up.
Well, we have the best seat in the house right here, right along Saginaw Street, and we've also had the distinct honor to watch this event grow from the very beginning for the past 20 years into what it is today. And this year, Back to the Bricks is celebrating that special 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, and grow it did. Tonight, we take a trip down memory lane and how this event has become one of the biggest car shows in the nation.
For the past 2 decades, Flint has been buzzing, full of excitement every summer, all because of Back to the Bricks, a celebration that revs the engines of classic car enthusiasts throughout Flint and Genesee County.
I mean, I feel like I'm a part of history, that we making history every year that they have it. I mean, it's great.
But did you know the idea for the celebration of all things automotive came from a different car show that happens down I-75? The Woodward Dream Cruise.
We got caught up in the gridlock, and at that time I had my wife and I had a 67 Chevelle. I had a 427 and a real heavy clutch, and my leg was getting tired, and it was starting to overheat, and then trying to find a parking spot was very troublesome, and a lot of the retailers down there were charging car owners exorbitant prices just to park in their lot. And I didn't find that very attractive, so we could do something like this in Flint.
So Al Hatch called up some of his buddies and hatched out the idea, you could say. In 2004, the founding members put together their version of the car cruise, bringing vintage vehicles, classic cars, hot rods, and a lot of horsepower to the vehicle city.
As you see, we put it on the same day as their show, just to show that we could do it. And you know, there was a lot of people wouldn't go to Detroit, so they come to Flint, and it was a lot cheaper, and it's also more like family friendly, maybe. You know, a lot of kids came down with their parents. It was just a good time.
One thing Al said when we got this going, he said, "How are we going to get the people down to town, you know?" I said, "Give away something free." I said, "Give away something free. You know, it don't matter what it is, you're going to have people."
The group gave away free t-shirts, and much to their surprise, they passed out 500 of them.
I was just proud of it because it came off so good, you know, and that we had done it. We didn't have a bunch of hotshots coming in and telling us what to do. There was just a bunch of gearheads, and we got together and did it. And we must have done something right because it's still going.
But there was still one thing missing, a name for the event.
Well, when I was a young kid in high school, on Fridays and Saturday nights, particularly in the fall after the football games, they would come downtown. Their first stop was the A&W on Beach Street. It was right behind the county jail. And then they would travel down Saginaw Street on the bricks up to Colonel's, which was up by Stewart and Saginaw Street.
I don't know if you ever remember Wally's, and we'd hang out there and come back down to Colonel's and then Varsity and the Royal Drive-In, you know.
So we got talking about, reminiscing about, you know, all these old drive-ins. They weren't called fast foods, they were drive-ins. He said, well, why don't we just call it Back to the Bricks? And it stuck.
And that name has become synonymous with summertime in Flint. Word started to spread about the car show on the bricks. It became a much more attractive alternative to the Woodward Dream Cruise. It was closer, free for spectators, and the car owners were home.
Next year it went to a 2-day event, and you know, we had a kickoff party. It proved to be really beneficial. You know, I mean, downtown Flint was just full.
Bigger and better is the perfect phrase for Back to the Bricks. In 2 decades, the show has grown. The main event eventually lasted a week, stretching several miles, starting on the bricks of downtown Flint and stretching south into Burton and Grand Blanc. Racing at the Birch Run Speedway in Saginaw County was added, along with the movie Under the Stars at Bricks Flicks at the US 23 Drive-In in Mundy Township.
Well, it's got bigger every year, you know, and as far as the community, I mean, they benefit from it. We had people tell us we kept them in business with just what they made that weekend.
The economic impact, the last time that we have conducted an economic impact, I think it was 2016, that come up to about $100 million. It's very significant funds. A lot of people are surprised by that.
And the shows continue to grow. The week prior to main event, Back to the Bricks added tune-up parties, several small car shows in towns such as Davison, Flushing, Linden, and Fenton. Now in its 9th year, the group added the annual Chrome and Ice Show. It's a 3-day indoor event for those car lovers who want to shake those winter blues. Then in the spring, the organization hosts the Dust 'Em Off Car Show, now running 4 years strong. Most recently, 1,200 vehicle lovers got the chance to show off their rides just weeks away from summer. Then the group packs it up and takes the show on the road, literally. Every June for the past 14 years, Back to the Bricks hits the open road with the promo tour. The group travels across the state and some years, even the country, to get people fired up for the main event week in Flint.
There's an awful lot of things that's happened over the years to change and or improve the show itself. And it's grown into one of the nation's largest car shows.
The founders are proud of the work they have done and what Back to the Bricks has become. But with time, things change. The three have put the brakes on being so heavily involved, taking a little bit of time off to just cruise along and enjoy the show. But they are amazed at how an idea, just a little spark decades ago, has fueled an entire city for 20 years.
To put on an event like Back to the Bricks, it takes a lot of work, and you cannot take your eye off of the ball. The one thing that was extremely important, and it's in our mission statement to this day, to create an automotive event that reflects on the automotive heritage of Flint and honor it. And that would be a family-oriented event that there's no charge for the people to come to. I look back, it's a legacy, not for Al Hatch, but for our whole team. I just happened to be in a position to push the ball down the hill, and it worked out extremely well.
And thank you for that story, Matt. And thank you to that group of self-proclaimed gearheads for bringing something so special to Flint. Still ahead, we look at the road so far, from Chrome and Ice to the road rally, which brought us to main event week.
Oh, we have been having so much fun all afternoon and all evening here along Saginaw Street in Flint with Back to the Bricks. And we are now in the midst of main event week. And this journey to get here actually started months ago.
That's right. When we talk to them, they usually start on Sunday, like day after things end on Saturday. They start planning. And then for 6 months, it is full on pedal to the metal, planning, working to make something like this special, special night come true. Looking back to early February, we were there for Chrome and Ice. Back to the Bricks Winter Car Show at the Dort Financial Center, and this year was Shake, Rattle, and Roll, highlighting classics from the 50s, the era of sock hops, and back when Elvis first broke out. I can imagine a lot of these cars were cruising at that time too. From there we jumped to May for the 4th year of Dust 'Em Off with well over 1,200 cars. It's now one of the largest car shows of spring in all of mid-Michigan. Appropriately named, it's the perfect time to fire up all the cruisers that have been safely hidden from all the snow. And just a few weeks later, it was time for the promo tour, where an assortment of automotive art took the state by storm, with stops out in Jackson, up in Cadillac, and out to Lake Michigan. The rest of the state got to see Mid-Michigan's fleet of classics. There were also plenty of fun pit stops on back roads along the way. And Back to the Bricks Executive Director Amber Taylor says it was all capped off with a spectacular show.
We're going to be going through Saginaw, Frankenmuth, Birch Run, and then we're going to make our way into Port Huron-Perot. End of the road, amazing, spectacular car show in Port Huron, right on the water.
And those road warriors who participated in the multi-day drive also enjoyed a concert in Port Huron, a A fitting final note for that adventure.
And that wasn't the only big road trip to the road here in July. There was the road rally. Drivers met up at Shea Chevrolet in Flint Township before making the 105-mile journey to the Gilmore Car Museum. That's located in Hickory Corners, just outside of Kalamazoo. It says it's the largest auto museum in North America with a 400-car collection and a 90-acre campus. Wow.
They have so much fun too. All of these different events have created this family-like atmosphere that really makes this, although it's a very big car show, it feels like a small town atmosphere no matter where you go.
And when they go out on the road, it's just amazing. They bring everyone out. They bring any community that usually Back to the Bricks hits up, like they bring everyone out, and it's just so great to see the smiles. I was just watching people smile as they were in their cars here. It's just been a great event to bring everyone out.
And it brings up people of all ages. For 20 years, we've helped to make memories for so many in Genesee County. And whether it's your 20th time, like us, or your first time, it's really special. And our Alyssa Irwin, this is her very special first time. Tell us what you think so far, Alyssa.
Oh, Matt and Angie, I cannot believe this is my first time because it is so cool. What you were talking about, that small town feel, but also just seeing something new. It's definitely a must-see if you've never seen it, or if you've seen it like Barry more than 20 times. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. Talk to us a little bit about this car. What kind, and a beautiful color.
It's a 57 Chevy Bel Air. It's a two-door, has the 283 V8.
Where did you get this? You said someone was selling and it was your lucky day.
Purchased it out of Flushing.
That is beautiful.
Okay, and born and raised in Flint. What keeps you coming to Back to the Bricks every year?
I've had multiple cars that I've restored through the years that I bring down, and every year it changes pretty much.
So it's just, that camaraderie, seeing everyone out and about on Saginaw Street, and we're just really enjoying our time out here. Man, Angie, it's going to be back to you. For now, I'm live here in Flint. Alyssa Irwin with ABC 12 News.
Before we do, we're going to check in with ABC 12's Kevin Goff.
Perfect. Thank you. Great meeting you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for a very special night in Flint as we celebrate 20 years of Back to the Bricks. We're going to head out to Kevin Goff now, who has one of the fascinating stories that make this event so special. Kevin?
That's right. We have some amazing early 60s classic here. Lenny Glassiter, tell me what you have here.
A 1963 Chevrolet Impala SS.
Okay, what do you like about it?
First car I had in high school, and the body style.
All right, and so how long have you had it?
2016.
And we still have
done a lot of work to it?
The whole thing.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Candy Apple Red, can't beat it. We'll wrap it up from here. Kevin Goff, ABC 12 News.
All right,
Beautiful
Kevin.
way to end, Kevin.
Beautiful, Kevin. Thank you so much. And day one of our coverage ends, but there is day two tomorrow. And also tomorrow, the Classic are going to put it in park, and we're going to have the cruising concert with the headliner being Flint-based Old Days. That is a Chicago tribute band. Should be a lot of fun. We'll have music and cars tomorrow.
That's right, Chicago tribute. So good old-fashioned rock and roll, something a lot of people can identify with as you kind of take a step back in time and watch some of these classics. We want to thank all of you for coming along for the ride with us, not only tonight, but for 20 years. The community really pulling together to make Back to the Bricks so special.
Absolutely, and it has entertained families, and it has brought people out from all around the world right here to Flint and Genesee County to show the best that we have to offer, especially when it comes down to cars, the birthplace right here at
So much to be proud of.
Yeah.
And so many times year after year we meet people who spent their lives working for General Motors, working in the plants here in mid-Michigan, and they're just proud to be part of something so special to remember our rich automotive history.
Thank you for joining us along the ride. We will see you back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock for more coverage of Back to the Bricks.